Hi folks, and welcome to the channel. Just waiting for GPS there. This was supposed to be the big H-Ace video, the review video. And what a drama that's been, I'll be completely honest. What an absolute nightmare. But I'll tell you all about it. Let me just get into the air. Flying the FW206R Racer, as I call it. So here we go. So yeah, this was supposed to be the maiden flight of the H-Ace. Long awaited video, but what a drama that's been. Not so much the ordering, that was pretty seamless. Waiting wasn't that long either. Waited I think 2.5 weeks, which is not bad, from Heli. But then when I went to the post office to go collect the damn thing, they wanted, of the asking price, 60% duties. 60%! Now, I've ordered a whole bell module before, you know, those ones that they sell complete with H1 and servos, motors and everything, and that was about, let me just think, less than 10% duties. So you can understand my surprise when the lady at the till said, "Yeah, it'll be so much, thank you very much." I said, "You must be joking." She said, "No, that's what it is." So I paid the amount, but of course I queried it immediately when I got back home. I should have done that initially, actually. But I was so keen to get this H-Ace into my hands. So I queried it with the post office, and about 2 hours later they sent me a new assessment, and it was 10%. It wasn't even 10% of the asking price. So of course that was nice, but now I've paid the 60%, so now I need to fart ass around for a refund. So that's a drama on its own. That's a drama on its own. Right, getting to the H-Ace now. So I've got my camera up and ready, and I'm talking bullshit as usual. And I've got the YouTube, I've got the Flywing YouTube video up, because I'm of course installing it onto an existing Heli. I'm not, I didn't buy a Heli with it already built in, so I'm just going to make sure I get everything right, and it is actually pretty straightforward. So I'm following the wiring, particularly the orientation of the ESC cable. So yeah, Daryl wanted to send me his, shame, bless his heart, he wanted to send me his version. But by the time it lands here, look, I would pay him for it anyway. It wasn't free. I can just as well order another one, so it's all pretty much the same thing, and with less hassle for him to go to the post office and what. So I've ordered a new one, this time from the Flywing site, at the AliExpress Flywing official Flywing shop, and I've ordered from them before, and they seem to be a little bit more on the ball than these other smaller shops. So it is coming. I've said that before so many times now, but it's going to be another, let's say, 3 weeks now before I can get my hands on it again, and hopefully by then my refund would have been sorted. both for the AliExpress dud as well as the ludicrous duties I paid. I mean, that was just absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, I paid them just to get the unit, and I knew I was going to sort it out later anyway. So geez, this thing really does rocket when it wants to, eh? Really rockets when it wants to. This is full down, by the way. Pretty sluggish, but that is of course in ATI mode, so you can't expect much. I love the way this thing just leans in and goes. I mean, that really is quite dramatic. Quite dramatic. And I think initially we had some concerns about this tail boom, you know, so I did put a center brace right through it, which definitely helped. The now glued in stabilizer definitely helps as well. But as you can see, I mean, I can throw this thing around to my heart's content, and there's no drama whatsoever. So yeah, I really like this little simple heli. I mean, I love the scale fuselages, but you don't fly them like this, you know. You fly them more scale. I want to try out the calibration from the radio. You flick up the GPS return to home switch 3 or 4 times. I'll have to just check, and then it goes into calibration mode. So I'm keen to check that out. Then I'm keen to check out the automated banking turns, or coordinated turns, like I'm doing. Not that I would use them, but it's nice for a beginner, and you can fly like this, you know, by just moving one stick. Which is actually a bit, well, when I say a bit, that I mean that is cheating, but it does open up flying helicopters to the masses, you know, and that is probably what it's all about. And I've got no issues with that at all. And look, there's a lot of old school people that will scorn this kind of a helicopter, because I mean, you know, what am I doing? I'm just basically directing it. You know, I'm just directing it, and for the rest it's doing it all for me. But it does make it so much more accessible, and I do applaud Flywing for that, and it's not a problem. And someone told me via the grapevine that people are not enjoying the H-Ace as much as they possibly hoped, and they prefer the H1. But look, that doesn't surprise me, to be honest. It doesn't surprise me, because there are a few extra settings you can do in the H1 as opposed to the Ace. The Ace doesn't even have a zero pitch setting where you start off 0, you know. It doesn't even have that. So that's a bit of a oversight, I think, because I think you'd like to at least start with a 0 pitch, you know. You have to now fart around with the servo trims and look at the blade, the head, the blade grips, or your pitch gauge, and then you can start your positive and negative. But so that's a bit of an oversight, but we'll get to all of that when I do the review eventually. Meanwhile, this thing is really so nice to fly. It stands on my table the whole week, and then I watch it raining, and I've got look, I've got the new charger now, so it takes an hour to charge, and then I've got a couple of batteries ready to go, and then I just wait for the wind to die down a little bit like it has now. Into GPS there just quickly. So there's GPS. Pretty ludicrous to think that, I mean, years ago there was GPS. That was only for drones, you know. That's only for drones. Guys, thanks for joining. What's it? Yeah, that's 8 minutes. Thanks for joining, and enjoy your flights. Enjoy your flights. That'll do. That'll definitely do. Ooh, Mr. Shaky Shakes. Shakin' Stevens. Right. Happy days.